it's Tina and I am back and I have such an exciting collection to share with you guys. I haven't seen many, if any, people talking about this collection, and it feels like it's flying under the radar, and I think there's some great products here that you guys need to hear about. And it's the Stila, I believe it's summer 2018 going into fall 2018, because there are jewel tones associated with it, so I feel like it's a little bit more holiday-ish. And with all these brands releasing their collections earlier and earlier and earlier in the season, you can never tell like which season the actual collection is for. So this is Stila's Vivid and Vibrant collection, which I absolutely love the name, and I was able to get my hands on all the products when it released on the Stila website, and they did it as a bundle deal so you would get a discount. And I am here to share all of those products with you, and I feel like we should go ahead and just jump into the swatches, because for me that's the most exciting part. So we'll start out with the swatches, and then we'll go ahead and jump into the prices, the product, the packaging, all that good stuff we'll talk about after the swatches. So let's jump into that right now. So Stila's Vivid and Vibrant collection contains quite a few different products in the collection. We have 6 new shades of the Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadows, along with 6 shades of the new Vivid and Vibrant eyeshadow duos. This is a new product to the collection. We have 5 and 10 shades of Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliner, 5 vivid shades of the Smudge Stick waterproof eyeliner, and 5 new shades of the Stay All Day liquid lipstick. So let's go ahead and start out with the 6 new shades of Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadows. So the Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadow formula is described as a long-wearing liquid eyeshadow developed with a mixture of high pigment and small pearls for a unique shimmer sheen finish. High water concentration creates a barely there feel and allows for maximum shimmer and color payoff. It's long-wearing, non-transfer, and minimal fallout. To use, you apply to the lid and blend using your fingers or a brush. You can wear alone or over an eyeshadow. And there is a precaution that in case of eye irritation, discontinue use of all eye cosmetics and see your ophthalmologist at once. So let's go ahead now and jump into the swatches of these new shades of the liquid eyeshadow. This shade is Vivid Smoky Quartz, and it is described as an espresso. This is a beautiful, smoky, dark, bronzy brown shade. It is really creamy, really smooth, and it has great color payoff. This shade is actually really beautiful for a dark, neutral eye without being too dark and smoky. Then we have the shade Vivid Labradorite. This one is described as a charcoal, and I consider this like a cool tone steel gray shade. It's a deeper gray, and it has cooler undertones, so it leans a little bit more blue. This one is really beautiful for a smoky eye. Next, we have the shade Vivid Garnet. This is described as a vivid pomegranate shade. I consider this more of a cranberry shade. It's a really beautiful ruby red shade with a little hint of purple, a little hint of pink. This one is also a really great one, and it has a nice decent color payoff in one swipe. Then we have the shade Vivid Amethyst. This one is described as a vibrant purple shade. This one is more of a medium toned pinky purple, and I don't really enjoy the shade a lot. I expected it to be a little bit more bold, but it's a little bit more of a subtle and subdued purple. Then we have Vivid Jade. This one is described as a vibrant green shade. For me, this is more of a medium toned forest green. It's not really vivid at all, and it's a little bit sheer in some spots, but it's not really a rich green, and I wish it was had a little bit more depth, a little bit more richness to it. Now for the winner shade, this is Vivid Sapphire. It's described as a vibrant dark blue, and this shade is gorgeous. It's more like a purpley blue tone. It's vivid, it's rich, it has great color payoff, and even though it's a dark blue, it's really vibrant and in your face. This is my favorite shade of all of them. So here you have all 6 of the shades swatched. Again, I love the first 2 shades. The middle 3 I could do without the green, the purple, and the garnet shade. They're a little bit more subdued, but the sapphire is gorgeous. Now let's jump into the brand new product in this lineup. These are the Vivid and Vibrant Eyeshadow Duos. It says double down with this twosome of vivid and vibrant eyeshadows, maxed out pigmentation and vibrant metallic sheen. Each duo contains a sparkle and a coordinating metallic shade. Velvety soft powder with micronized pigments glides on smoothly for vibrant uniform color that stays put all day. It says to use with a finger or firm brush and press onto the lids and then blend the edges. You can wear them individually or layered. Again, discontinue use if irritation occurs. So let's go ahead now and jump into the swatches. So we'll start out with Smoky Quartz as we did before. This one is described as an espresso, and I'm swatching these without primer, and I did finger swatches on the side of both shades followed by a brush swatch of the shimmer shade. So as you can see, it takes a little bit of building up with the brush swatch to apply these, but the finger swatches are nice and smooth and pigmented. And with the glitter shades, they come off very sheer, so I definitely recommend using your finger for application. Next up, we have the shade Labradorite, which again is described as a charcoal. This one has beautiful pigmentation in the finger swatch, but you'll see in the brush swatch it doesn't apply very well, and this is dry skin, no primer. You do have to layer this up quite a bit, but you can get it to smooth out and apply nicely if you just pick up the right amount of product and use a stiffer brush. Then we have the shade Jade, which is described as that vibrant green. This one is a very subtle, subdued, almost dirty green, and the color payoff is very poor with a brush, so you do have to definitely go in and build this up. The glitter shade is gorgeous, but the shimmer shade just took too much and it didn't have really good color payoff, even with a finger swatch. Then we have the shade Garnet, which is described as a vibrant pomegranate. Again, the finger swatches are really beautiful, really smooth, but with a brush swatch, it's just poor color payoff. It doesn't apply very well. You have to really press it into the skin and go back and layer it a lot. But if you don't have an issue with applying with a finger, it's a beautiful shade. Then we have the shade Amethyst, which is described as a vibrant purple. This is far from vibrant purple when you apply with a brush, but that glitter shade is really beautiful. It has really great color payoff with a finger swatch, and it's a decent shade if you're into this shade of purple. And then last up we have Sapphire, which again is a vibrant dark blue. This one is beautiful in the finger swatches. The brush swatch again leaves a lot to be desired, but you can layer this up. Again, I recommend applying this with a finger or over a sticky base or with a really stiff brush and really going back and forth and building up the pigmentation. So as you can see, each of these duos have a metallic shade to them, but I don't consider this metallic. I consider it more of a frosty sheen because they're not high shine finishes. The shimmer glitter shades are beautiful. They are a base pigment with a silver glitter overlay. Some of them are more intense, some are less glittery, but these are the winner shades in these duos. Now let's move on to the Smudge Stick waterproof eyeliners in the vivid shades. It says here that Stila's award-winning pencil liner features a cocktail of moisturizing ingredients that ensures color glides on smoothly, no tugging or pulling, and smudges with ease. Enough time to play, then the waterproof formula stays put all day. It's a precise liner that doubles as a smudgy shadow. It glides on smooth, no tugging or pulling, and smudges with ease, and it's a smudge that will not budge. So we're gonna start out with the first shade, which is Vivid Jade, which is described as a vivid green shade. This is a really blackened green shade. It looks almost black, as you can tell. It does apply pretty smoothly. Then we have the shade Labradorite. Again, this is the charcoal shade, and it's a beautiful dark gray shade. Now we have the shade Sapphire, which is just a deep navy blue shade. Again, glides on very nicely. Followed by the shade Smoky Quartz. This is just a rich dark brown. If you're looking for a brown liner, this is actually a pretty nice one. And then we have Amethyst, which is a purple shade. This is just a dirty, kind of muted purple. So all these shades, pretty nice colors, but they're all muted. They're not really vivid. If anything, the only vivid one is probably the blue that really stands out. All the other ones just look like blackened versions of the shade that they're meant to represent. but they glide on smoothly, even pigmentation, good color payoff, and again, they set to a budge-proof, smudge-proof finish. Now let's go ahead and jump into the 5 intense shades of this Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. It says, from thin, precise lines to thick, dramatic strokes, the formula glides on with ease, dries quickly, and won't smudge or run day into night. The fine marker-like tip offers precise application for everyone from novices to pros and results in beautifully defined eyes that will leave a lasting impression. It goes on smoothly without skipping, smudging, or pulling. The fine tip makes application a cinch, and it's a waterproof formula that lasts all day. Starting off with the shade Amethyst, this is a blackened purple shade. Again, it's a very muted color. It looks more like a grape purple. Then we have Jade, which is a rich, deep, dark forest green. The green is very muted again, and it looks like a blackened version of green. Then we have Sapphire. Again, this is the blue shade, and it looks like a black and blue as well. It's very inky. And then we have Labradorite. This one is that dark blackened gray. It looks almost black, like a muted sooty black. And then we have Smoky Quartz, which is just that dark brown shade. And again, here's a look at all 5 shades of the liquid eyeliner. They do dry down to a budge-proof, smudge-proof finish, and it's more of a matte finish. It doesn't leave behind a shine at all. And I do like this formulation. I think it flows really nicely. It doesn't bleed, and it gives you this beautiful richness against the lash line. So if you're looking for a pop of color that's not too intense or neon, these are great subtle shades with just a hint of color to them. Now let's wrap up with the Stay All Day liquid lipsticks, and these are 6 new nude shades. And it says here it's a creamy matte full coverage liquid lipstick, stays in place for up to 12 hours. It's weightless, color rich formula, won't bleed or transfer, and it's enriched with lip nourishing vitamin E and avocado oil. So like I said, there are 6 new nude shades. The first one up is Fia, which is described as a neutral nude. This one is a really pale nude shade. To me, it has more of a caramelly undertone, but with a hint of gray that makes it a little bit more neutral. This would go great on light skin tones. Then we have Lido, which is described as a deep warm nude. This is definitely not a deep nude on me. It's more like a medium toned brown shade, and it has more of a rosy undertone than a warm undertone. I like that shade though. Then we have Sienna, which is described as a deep dusty brown rose. This one is a beautiful rosy shade, but it looks a little bit warm, but you can see that it definitely has a pinky nude to it. And then Palermo is a warm terracotta nude. This one has more orange to it, and this one is a beautiful shade. At least I love orangey nudes on myself, so I really love this color. And next we have the shade Forza, which is described as a deep burgundy. This one is a rich, beautiful, like blood red shade. It doesn't really look burgundy. It looks more like a brick red, like an orangey red. And then last up is Vino, which is described as a deep blood red. This one is more like a purpley cranberry red shade. Really gorgeous and really vampy. Overall, I really love all these nude shades. They apply really well and they have great pigmentation. So let's wrap this Swatch Fest up with a look at the products and my overall thoughts. Alright guys, so now that you have seen the swatches, you're probably a little bit more excited about the collection and you want to hear more about the products, because I certainly was excited when I got my hands on these and saw just how vivid and vibrant these shades are. So the name of the collection is very fitting. So the standout products for me from the collection are the 6 new Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadows. Now Stila already has a range of liquid eyeshadows, but they're more neutral and toned down shades. These are now vivid, beautiful jewel tone shades, and I was super excited about them. Now the thing that makes me a little bit more hesitant about these products is the actual price. These retail for $24 and you get 0.153 fluid ounces of product, or 4.5 milliliters, which is a decent amount of product. So they're definitely not skimping on this. So you'll definitely get bang for your buck. But $24 is very steep, especially for a liquid eyeshadow. A liquid eyeshadow is more likely to go bad faster than like a powder product. So you have to really use this to get your money's worth. $24 is a bit bitter pill, and I recommend trying to get these on a sale. Stila has sales all the time, so they'll do 30% off on their website. So keep an eye out for that for these, because $24 is a lot. It's quite a lot, and even though I love these, it's hard for me to recommend buying them at that steep price point. Next up is a brand new product to their lineup. So they're debuting a new formulation along with the new collection in shades. These are the Vivid and Vibrant Eyeshadow Duos. So that means there are 2 shades in these little compacts, and that gives us a total weight of 0.09 ounce or 2.6 grams. So you're getting roughly 0.045 ounces per shade in these duos. And that's close to the size of a regular small eyeshadow on the market. So think of the MAC eyeshadows, the Urban Decay single eyeshadows. So you're getting close to twice that amount in this duo, and I would expect that since there are 2 shades in here. And these retail for $20 a pop, which is right in line with Stila's single eyeshadows, which retail for $18. Even though they discontinued them, we're not going to talk about it because I miss some of those single shades. But these are $20 a pop. Still a steep price point. Again, I would recommend waiting for a sale. But if you are interested in one of these shades, it's a price that's comparable to Urban Decay, Makeup Forever, Bobbi Brown, Smashbox. It's around that price point. So keep that in mind for these. They also released 5 new shades of the Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner, which I enjoy. These are now in the Vivid shades, and these match up to the shades in the liquid eyeshadows and the eyeshadow duos. These retail for $22 a piece, and there is 0.01 ounce or 0.28 grams, which is not a lot of product. These come in a twist up type packaging, so they dry out a little bit quicker than pencil type products where you have to sharpen them because the product is completely exposed to air. So unless you really love one of these shades, that price point, you can skip those. They're regular run-of-the-mill shades like a green and a blue and a purple. So they're nothing like too exciting. The next thing they have are their liquid eyeliners. These are the Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliners. These contain 0.016 fluid ounce or 0.5 milliliters, and these again are in those vivid tones, and the price point of these is also $22. Now I do like the Stay All Day formula. I think it's a really good formula. It does stay waterproof, budge proof, and it's really difficult to remove, so I know it stays all day. I do like these, and if you find a shade that you know you will really get use out of, then go for it, but I wouldn't say run out and get all of these. But they have some fun shades in here that you don't necessarily see in liquid eyeliners. So these might be worth looking into if you're not too into the cream eyeliners and don't want to spend $22 on those. Then we have 6 new shades of the Stay All Day liquid lipsticks. Now, I wasn't too fond of the formulation of these lipsticks when they initially released, especially when they did this summer collection where it was just a mess. But these are beautiful neutral shades. They have some warm tones, some cranberry shades, and these also retail for $22, and they contain 0.1 fluid ounce or 3 milliliters of product. Good amount of product. I do like this formulation. Some people do say this is their favorite formulation, and $22 is kind of relative in the mid-range brands. This is a price point that you can expect, so nothing too outlandish. So if you found a shade that you were really into, I can see investing in one of these or a couple of these because these are really beautiful shades, and I do actually like the formulation of these particular shades. There are also a couple of options to buy these as bundles. So the Vivid and Vibrant Shimmer and Glow Kit with all 6 shades is $120 versus $144. So you're saving $20 if you buy them as a set. And there are also Vivid and Vibrant Monochromatic Kits available for $66 instead of $88. So you're saving $12 if you buy these as sets. They include 4 products. So you get the eyeshadow duo, the Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow, the Smudge Stick Waterproof Pencil Eyeliner, and the Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, all in the same color family, and those are available as kits on the Stila website. Alright, let's just run through the packaging really quickly, which you've already seen up close and personal in the up close shots. The Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows come in their rectangular tubes with a rose gold cap. This differentiates them from the Glitter and Glow eyeshadows, which are the more glittery tones. Those have more of a yellow gold cap. So if you have these in your collection, you'll be able to differentiate which ones are the glitter versus which ones are the shimmer. These also have a clear base, so you can see the color, and there's a sticker on the bottom that tells you the name of the shade. It also has details on the packaging with the actual sizing information, and it also gives you manufacturing information and distribution information. And these are made in the USA with an open jar symbol of 12 months. These have a paddle style applicator, which I find really great for this particular formulation. It works really well to apply product to the lid, but you can always blend it out with your fingers or with a brush. But I do find that I like this paddle style applicator. It works really well. It's a great size, and it doesn't apply too much product because their sifter here pulls off a lot of the products. So I really do like the packaging of these products. The eyeshadow duos also come in really fun, cute packaging. So it's like a brush gold compact, and this guy is color coded on the front of the compact with the shade that's included. So for this one, this is Amethyst. The actual writing, the Stila logo, and the outline on the packaging is in purple, so you know the shades. So you have the green one, and it's really easy then to just see the shades without having to go through the collection and open them. And it's a great touch because they don't have a see-through lid. On the back, you have a label that gives you all the product information with the sizing, the shade name, the distribution information, the manufacturing information, which I really like that these are all made in the USA. And the open jar symbol says 24 months. I like that as well. This has a tab fit closure with a magnet as well, so I really like how secure these are. There's a little mirror in the lid, which I don't know how much use you would get out of a little mirror like this, but it's a nice touch. Some people do like to have a mirror in their products. That's why there's no see-through lid. It has a little plastic insert to cover over the eyeshadows. And then the actual eyeshadows, there are two in a split pan. They are separate, so it's not like they're gonna mix and mingle together, but do be careful because then the glitter shade can get into the shimmer shade. And then around the pans of eyeshadow is this beautiful reflective kind of mirror type finish in gold that adds a really beautiful luxurious touch to the packaging. This is really beautiful packaging. I think it's really well done. I love this packaging. Now moving on to the liquid eyeliner. This is a standard packaging for their Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliners. It's a pen type packaging, really slim design, and it has a felt tip applicator. I know a lot of people are not into felt tips, they prefer brush tips. For me, I could go either way, it doesn't bother me, but this has a really thin and relatively long felt tip applicator that I find really easy to maneuver along the lash line. I have always liked their packaging for their liquid eyeliners, so it's up to you whether or not you're into felt tip eyeliners. The tip is really thin, so you can get really fine lines, and you can always build it up and get thicker lines. And because it's a relatively long tip, you can lay it flat and get a nice flow for your liquid eyeliner in one swoop instead of having like a stubby or a short tip where you have to like move a little at a time. This gives you nice control, and it's not overly long where it's too flexible. I think this gives you great control. It also has a spring design to the cap. So once you pop the cap on, it really locks it into place to keep your eyeliner from drying out. And I really like that. It also has a little agitator in the tube that allows you to shake the product around and get it flowing again. And I really like it. I find that I get steady flow from the pen without having to shake it throughout application, because sometimes, you know, liquid eyeliners can dry out like mid-stroke and then you have to shake it up and try again. This actually flows really well, so I really like the packaging for this. Now moving on to their pencil eyeliners. Again, this is the standard packaging for their smudge stick eyeliners, so if you're used to those pencils, then you know exactly what to expect from this. So it's a really thin twist up plastic pencil, so there's no sharpening necessary, and it's really streamlined, so it's really thin and lightweight in your hands. The point is not very fine though. It does have more of a, I would say, a medium point to it. So if you're looking to create really fine lines, this is probably not gonna be the pencil for you. And as you use it, the point does get a little bit more blunt. The other thing to mention is that even though this is a twist up pencil, it is not retractable. So do not overextend the point because it will break off and you can't retract it into the pencil anymore. So you're gonna lose that product. So be careful with that. And I have an issue with the cap on these. They don't really securely fasten at all. So they can come loose if you travel with them, or if you put them in a bag, they can come loose. I really wish there was like a clicking mechanism that really held this cap in place. So just a couple of things to note about the packaging for this pencil. And then last up is the liquid lipsticks. I do like these liquid lipsticks. They come in a clear tube with, again, the brushed gold packaging. There's gold detailing. All the information is on the packaging. There's a 12-month open jar symbol. The applicator is a paddle style applicator again, which I really like. This is similar to the glitter and glow eyeshadow applicator. It's just a flat paddle, and it's a really comfortable, flexible wand. So you can apply this, get great detail. I do really like how this fits the lips. It's not too large and it's not too small, and you can get great control from this just because of the sizing. So I really like this. The only thing that I would say is I wish that the little sifter in these tubes were a little tighter, because you can get a lot of product buildup on the cap, and I don't like that. So that's just something that I noticed from using these a few times, that you can get that product buildup and you can end up making a mess. As far as where you can purchase these are available on the Ulta website, the Sephora website, and of course the Stila Cosmetics website. I have not yet seen them in store, but I am sure they will be in store shortly. But these are limited edition, so if you wanted to get your hands on these, make sure that you go ahead and grab them now before they're no longer available. Although I will say, when Stila does limited edition, it's not limited edition for 2 months and then forget about it, you can't get your hands on it. Stila tends to have a extended period of time where their limited edition products are available, and sometimes you'll still see them available on their website even when they go missing from Sephora or Ulta. So definitely check out those 3 websites. I would implore you to wait for a sale, but then again, these are limited edition, so I'm like, if you really love something, go ahead, just grab it and go. But if there's something that you're questioning, you can probably hold out just a little bit. Now let's go ahead and talk about the product and the performance. Alright, so we have some winners in this collection. I think the liquid lipsticks, these are really great shades, and I think the formulation here is really great as well. If you don't like liquid lipsticks, you're not gonna like these. These are not like a revolutionary formula which makes them more comfortable or something. They're not as drying as some liquid lipsticks on the market, but they are still drying. They're a matte dry down. It takes a little longer for these to dry down in my experience, but they wear really well. I don't have any flaking necessarily, but they're not all the way smudge proof, budge proof. So if I have, like, sometimes there are liquid lipsticks that I can drink from a straw and there will be no issues, like no transfer. These will give you maybe a little bit of transfer if they get moistened by either a drink or your saliva. That sounds really nasty. And what I also like about these, which is something that's very personal to me, I like to top liquid lipsticks with a lip gloss. And I know that may sound counterintuitive because you want a matte liquid lipstick. Actually, I love liquid lipsticks for the longevity. So they wear for a long time, but sometimes I want a gloss to make them shiny. It doesn't matter to me that breaks down the wear time. I know these will still last longer than a regular cream lipstick. So I do top these with a gloss, and they don't clump up or get like icky or sticky. They work well with topping them with a gloss. Another thing that I find myself doing is topping some of these with a cream lipstick. So you'll get the longevity of the liquid lipstick. You top it with a cream lipstick and it will give you a little bit more shine. It will make them a little bit more comfortable. And these work well for that technique. And these shades are really beautiful. Again, I think these are gorgeous nudes. They're not like light nudes. These are beautiful warm tone shades, and I think they're going to be great for darker skin tone and medium skin tone. Lighter skin tone, you're going to find these to be a little bit deeper, a little bit more vampy, which is not a bad thing because I love a dark nude on light and pale skin tones, but these are going to work really well for medium skin tones and even deeper skin tones. So there's a shade for everyone here. I really like these. As far as the cream eyeliners, the gel eyeliners, the waterproof eyeliners, these, I like them. I like them on my lower lash line because they smudge really easily, no problem. Like, they're not tugging on my lids. They're really clean, creamy. They glide on nicely and I can smudge them out. I don't find that they last very long on my waterline, however. The waterline is one of those things. There are very few products that will last on them, and I find that these don't necessarily last. They do a decent job. They will last a couple of hours, but they're not gonna last forever because your waterline is a waterline, it's gonna get wet, but they do work really well on the lower lash line, on the upper lash line as well, if that's what you wanted them to do. These have a thicker pencil, so you're not gonna get a really precise line, but you can smudge it because that's what it says. It's a smudge stick, so you can just smudge it on your upper lash line. I think it works really well for that. And once they set, they set. So I really like these, but with the price point of these eyeliner pencils, it makes me a little bit hesitant to recommend them. Even though they're really good products and they are budge proof, smudge proof, waterproof, there's so many eyeliners out there that you can get at a cheaper price than these. So it makes me a little bit more hesitant to recommend them. But if you wanted to try them out, or you got them on sale, or you don't mind the price point, they do have a really good formula, and I do like that they stay in place. It's just, I don't like that price. As for the Shimmer and Glow liquid eyeshadows, all right, these are the standout products for me, and I already love the Shimmer and Glow formula. I've tried the existing shades. They're mostly neutral shades, and I was just praying and hoping and wishing that they would release colorful tones, and they did not disappoint me with these shades at all. These are so gorgeous. I absolutely love the Vivid Smoky Quartz, which is that bronzy tone. It's such a beautiful smoky, like bronze tone. It works so good for neutral looks, and it layers up so nice. It's really pigmented. It's just rich, and it feels so creamy, but it dries down and doesn't budge or smudge. But it's still workable. It doesn't dry down too fast, so you can work with it and blend out the edges. So it doesn't even look like a liquid eyeshadow. Like, there's no line of demarcation. There's no harsh lines. You can buff it out like a regular shimmer eyeshadow, and I absolutely love that. I fell in love with the Vivid Sapphire shade as well. This blue is so breathtaking. I don't know what to do. If you're into blues at all, this is the shade for you. And even if you're not into blues, try this. You would probably fall in love with blues if you tried this blue out. It's absolutely breathtaking. The charcoal shade is also beautiful, as well as the green. The green is a little bit more muted than I would like, but I still really love the shade. And then the cranberry shade gives you this beautiful, just subtle wine. Oh, it's so good. I love these. And I do have another video coming up where I'm going to show you the other shades of the Shimmer and Glow collection, because I also have those all lined up, ready to go. But these are the standout products in the collection for me. I absolutely love these. As for the liquid eyeliners, these are the same formulation as the existing Stay All Day waterproof liquid eyeliners, which I already absolutely love. The black shade was one of my favorites for a long time, and I also tried out this navy blue one that they had released. That was also gorgeous. So these, no surprise, I love the formulation on these. And if you like felt tip eyeliners, you will like these. I find that they don't really dry out quickly at all because of this cap. I really like that they stay liquidy, and I don't have an issue, getting use out of my product before it goes bad. So I really do like the formulation of the liquid eyeliners. The shades of these, it's interesting because I expected them to be a little bit more bright and vivid and in your face, but they're a little bit more subdued, and they kind of border on looking almost black. So unless you're really close, you won't be able to tell that it's a purple or a blue or a green. But it will give, like, say with brown eyes, my brown eyes, if I wear the blue one, it will just add this little bit of interest to my eyes where they look a little bit browner than they are naturally. But then you're not quite sure what's happening. It's just like a play. It's an illusion. It's just a play on your eyes where it looks a little bit more bright and vivid, but it doesn't really look too blue. So if you're afraid of bright, colorful eyeliner, these are going to be great for you because they're really subtle in the color. But if you're looking for a bold, bright, intense, in-your-face shade, these are not going to be up your alley because they're not vivid. They're not really intense. In fact, if you were looking for bold shades, Sephora has some beautiful color block liners that you can check out, but this is not a review for these. I just wanted to mention these if you were looking for vivid shades, but these are more run-of-your-mill subtle eyeliners, which I think are very wearable for the everyday woman, and I really like the applicator on this. And again, I think the ease of use for this, because it just allows you to flow quickly in one line, and the tip does stay really saturated, so you can get a full line, no issues. It doesn't tug, it doesn't drag, and it stays in place. When they say waterproof, they mean it. So you will need a little bit of a waterproof eye makeup remover to get these off, but it's not so intense that you have to be scrubbing your eyes. They still will come off pretty easily with like an oil-based makeup remover. Now, as far as the eyeshadow duos, I think these were the ones that I was most excited about, even though I really was excited about the liquid eyeshadows. These were a different product. They were a new release. They were different. So I was like, all right, this is gonna be awesome because it's a metallic eyeshadow with like a glittery eyeshadow. And I feel two ways about these. They're a duo, right? The glitter shades are stunning. They're phenomenal. They're so beautiful. They're breathtaking. But they do need a glitter glue, which, to be fair, I was expecting, because with that much glitter and shimmer, I would expect to have to use a glitter glue. So just be mindful of this. If you're gonna use these, glitter glue it up. Use a sticky base. Use a damp brush. Use a synthetic brush. But they do pick up really well on a brush because they're not like pressed too hard. So they're pretty loose, like they're like pressed glitter with an eyeshadow base. You can also apply them with a finger. So those are really gorgeous. The shimmer shades though, they disappointed me because they're not as easy to work with as I thought they would be. I thought they were gonna just be metallic out the gate. You could just rub your brush on these and get full opacity and it was gonna be metallic goodness. But they're a little bit harder to pick up on your brush and apply to the eye. They do give more of a sheer payoff, as you saw in the swatches, and I've used these, and you do have to kind of dig into them. You do have to layer them up to get them to work again, preferably with a sticky base or a glitter glue again, which I was disappointed in because I expected these to just go on really effortlessly, but they didn't, because Stila does some really beautiful metallic eyeshadows. Their formulation is pretty good, so I was expecting that. But I didn't get that with these, and that was where I got disappointed. There are definitely some workarounds for these, and that kind of throws me because some of these shades are really gorgeous. The glitter shades in these, oh my god, they're so gorgeous. Again, the Smoky Quartz is my favorite one, and I find that the Smoky Quartz is probably the one that performs the best. But I also really love the blue shade. Like, how can you not love that? That is Sapphire if I ever saw it. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. I really did not like the Jade shade. I would skip this one. It's just too subdued for me. It wasn't as impressive. I didn't really love the Garnet shade either. But the Labradorite, this one, this charcoal one, so beautiful, so glittery, so gorgeous. And then the purple one, it's kind of in between for me, but the shimmer shade is really gorgeous. So there you go. Those are my overall thoughts of these products. I definitely think it's a great collection, and I love that Stila just kind of, they didn't tease it. They didn't hint like months ahead of time. They just released it and said, bam, here it is. And they didn't even send out tons of PR, which is why you're not really hearing a lot about these products. There wasn't a trip. There wasn't a big influencer push. And I think these are hidden gems, some of these products. They're really gorgeous, and I definitely wanted to share them with you guys so you would know if this is something you wanted to check out for yourself. So definitely let me know what you think, if you've tried these out, if you're interested in trying any of these out. I will leave links on where you can pick them up. So that's through the Stila website, again, Sephora and Ulta. I will leave those links below, as well as information on the products. The links that I provide happen to be affiliate links that I generate through those websites. That doesn't mean I'm directly affiliated with the brand or with Sephora Ulta. It's just I can generate those links for your shopping convenience. So if you shop through those links, that means I get a small sales commission from your purchase. If you're not comfortable with that, just shop the way you normally shop, either online or in store, and have a blast. I just wanted to definitely share these with you, share swatches so you can see them in action and see if this is something that you would be interested in checking out, because I haven't heard a lot about it and I want you guys to see these, because these are so phenomenal, and I wanted to share the whole collection since I do have it in my hands. So I will leave links to my Instagram and Twitter page as well, where you can follow me along. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a favorite, a like, a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Just support the cause. And if you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because I will be doing more videos like this. That is my intention. And there are a couple of videos at the end of this if you wanted to check them out. You might be interested in some of my other content. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I will talk to you. Bye, guys.